All right, today we're going to talk about a single piece of software that is quietly, secretly influencing over $10 trillion of the world's wealth. It's a name you've probably never even heard before, but trust me, it is shaping our global economy every single day, and it's called Aladdin.
So let's just start with a really big question. What if a single computer program, one piece of code, basically had the power to decide the economic fate of an entire nation? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it is way closer to our reality than you might think.
To really get how we ended up here, we have to talk about this kind of ghost in the machine of our global economy, a hidden, non-human force that is quietly shaping the world that we all live in.
Now, this isn't some conspiracy theory or a shadowy group meeting in secret. Nope, this power is all concentrated inside a company whose name you almost definitely recognize, but whose actual influence, well, that's something very few people can even begin to wrap their heads around.
And that company, it's BlackRock. They are, to put it simply, the biggest asset manager in the world. So what does that even mean? It means they own a piece of pretty much every major company you can think of. Their power isn't about buying companies and taking them over. It's about this passive, quiet, pervasive ownership of almost everything.
So you've got to be wondering, how does one company possibly keep track of this unimaginably huge and complex global portfolio? Well, that brings us to their secret weapon, the technological marvel that sits right at the very heart of their empire, an AI brain named Aladdin.
So, really, what is the big secret here? How does BlackRock have this incredible, unrivaled influence? It's not just about the insane amount of money they manage. No, it's about the technology they use to see the world. And the answer is Aladdin. It's their own in-house risk management platform, and it really does act like the central nervous system for a massive chunk of the global financial system. Think about that. It's constantly taking the pulse of the economy and trying to predict what's going to happen next. So how does this thing actually work? Well, it's not just looking at stock prices. It's drinking from a fire hose of global data every single day. We're talking everything from market data and corporate reports to news articles and geopolitical events. Then it runs thousands of simulations, basically stress testing the entire world economy against every crisis you can imagine. And that lets it spot these hidden risks that no team of human analysts could ever hope to find, giving its users crystal clear insights to guide their big money decisions.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Aladdin's power isn't just about what it does for BlackRock. This one tool has become the foundation for a truly global network.
You see, BlackRock doesn't just keep this amazing technology for themselves. They actually license Aladdin out to their competitors. That's right. Hundreds of other banks, pension funds, and huge financial players all pay BlackRock for the privilege of plugging into the very same system.
And this is the result: $10 trillion. Let that sink in for a second. That's a conservative estimate of the financial assets being managed or monitored by this single piece of software. It's a number that's almost impossible to comprehend.
Just to try and put that number in perspective for you, the total assets on the Aladdin platform are about the same as the combined annual economic output of Germany, the UK, and Japan. All of them. Together. And all of that economic power is being seen through one single technological lens.
Now, a technology this powerful, it doesn't just exist in a vacuum, right? It ends up concentrating an absolutely immense amount of influence right into the hands of one person.
And at the center of this incredible web sits BlackRock's founder and CEO, Larry Fink. By running the company that built the AI that sees the entire global financial system, he has a viewpoint, a vantage point, and a degree of influence that's unlike anyone else on the planet.
Some people in the financial world actually have a nickname for him: the institutional god. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but it really does capture the sheer scale of the influence he has.
So how does someone get a status like that? Well, it's that unique combination of things. Aladdin gives him this bird's-eye view of global risks that no one else has. But it's that direct line to governments that's really incredible. When countries face a massive financial crisis, like back in 2008, he's often the first person they call for advice. Why? Because he's got the data from the very system that they all use.
And all of this leaves us with a really profound and kind of unsettling question. What does it actually mean for the world when one company and one computer program has this much insight and influence? I mean, this is a system that's designed to manage risk, but what happens if its analysis is wrong? When everyone, from BlackRock to its rivals to the government, is relying on the same digital brain to make decisions, a single flaw could trigger a catastrophic global crisis. It's a concentration of power unlike anything we have ever seen before.